Hey guys, welcome back. We're on Runnin Redwood, and I'm joined with
Magnus.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Magnus. I appreciate it.
Of course.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're involved with here at Redwood?
Absolutely. I guess we'll start with sports. This year alone, I'm just involved with water polo. Played for 3 years, varsity, and this year we had a breakout year. But besides from sports, last year I was in track and basketball, and then year before that I just did basketball and water polo. But this year I kind of got more into like clubs. I started joining way more clubs. I'm in quite a few, but it's kind of like hard to tell because some of them like don't have meetings.
Well, yeah. Which is so difficult because everyone's so busy.
Right.
But share them anyways. It's fun to know.
Yeah, so ski club, FBLA, 5-5 club. I think I'm in Campus Live as well. And then, of course, I'm the founder and president for the Breakfast Club.
Yes, and that club has been getting a lot of traction, and the members that show up, like, they're so involved. It's amazing. Do you want to tell us a little bit about, like, why you started that club and what it means to have people like Rush Bulls, like companies in Visalia wanting to support you guys?
So it kind of all started junior year. I watched the movie The Breakfast Club in 1980s.
I love that movie. Molly Ringwald is like my favorite 80s, 90s actress. She's amazing.
Yeah, no, that movie is one of the like top 10 for me. And I liked it so much, and I was like, I had an idea, like, why don't we have a club at Redwood that brings kids together and hang out and eat breakfast? Like, that's not a thing. And from there on, like, I made the logo. I came up with a mission junior year. And then it was last semester, and I was too busy to start it. And then over the summer, I got the club form, and I filled it out. I spent a lot of time on it. I started working on all the process of doing it.
Definitely.
And I started getting all the officers together first semester, and then we just started it. And
did you guys have like an initiation kind of?
Yeah,
like, how was that?
Yeah, first meeting we got all the officers together, and it was just like 5 people. We all voted on each other, and then it started there. They're all really like, we didn't really know what we were doing. Like we had Ileana that's co-president for the Avid Club and FBLA, but it was all new to us kind of. And so we hit the ground running with our first club meeting. Or no, it was club day first. And we had like 200 kids showed up and signed up on club day.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's crazy.
We had like a sign maybe, but we were, crammed between all these clubs. Yeah. But it was crazy. We just, we grew so fast. Like, we told them what it was about, and people joined. And I think one of the biggest things was like free breakfast, right? You get free breakfast to come into the meetings, but the main seller was meeting new people. And the best part about it was club day. We had most of them, like I think like 70% of them were freshmen that joined.
That's amazing, because it's just, especially since it's in the morning, it's so convenient for people to come, because a lot of people get dropped off early, because especially freshmen, they cannot drive themselves.
Exactly.
So they have to abide by their parents' schedule and stuff. And it's so nice that you built a community of people that get to come. Like, I'm sure half of those people don't have anything in common, but then they come to this meeting, they're like, hey, what do you guys think about the breakfast?
Yeah, right. No, you're exactly right. That's mainly like the topic they talk about. But what we do is we put them in groups where they're not like familiar with their friends, because obviously they come with their friends, and we do suggest that, but we put them in different rooms, and they like they learn like other people, like what they're about, and they get to know them. And we even have like public speakers that come to the meetings. And we've had sponsorships like Rush Bowl that have helped us with tour meetings. We have donations to get us making pancakes for everybody. That was a hit meeting. And we all chipped in as officers to get donuts one meeting for the very first meeting.
That's amazing. I'm so happy that you guys have that community and you have such a solid officer team. Like, that's amazing. How do you feel like you're going to kind of pass down this? Because you're a senior. So with everything that's going on in senior year, how have you been maintaining like your personal stuff, school, and also accounting for this big club that's made such an impact?
So it has made a huge impact, and I really want to get passed down. And I kind of regret that I just started it this year. But I think by the time we leave, last meeting we're gonna vote for new officers, and Josiah, our youngest officer, our recruitment officer, he helped us on club day, and ever since then we just made him an officer, and he's really motivated on keeping it together next year, and I think he's gonna become president. Obviously, he has to get voted, but no, I really hope he's president next year, and I mean, big things are coming years beyond this year.
Yeah. Kind of having this seniority and having this upperclassman status, how do you feel you've made an impact on people around you, and how do you feel like you've employed what you've learned either through school or through sports? How do you feel like you implement the leadership aspect?
I think starting the club kind of like showed people like you can do anything, right? Like, I know when I first started and told Ileana about the idea last year, she laughed out. Like, she was like, "Are you serious right now?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm serious." And she was like, "You're not serious." And then next year, there was a meeting, and 60 people came, and she's like, "Wow, you're serious about this." And then, 4 meetings later, KC24, the news organization, showed up.
Yes.
And recorded us, and that was huge. And by then, like, club was serious.
I mean, how many clubs on campus, like FBLA? I don't even see that press for FBLA, and they're huge. And
I know. It's an organization.
I know, but I think like something that's so inspiring is that it's run by a student who has to also manage their own time and account for making sure that they have their priorities set. So how do you establish your priorities?
So I've always had a hard time with that, because it's almost like managing stress, because with like sports, that was kind of my main priority. Obviously, school has always been like a priority to me. But I think, what motivates me was like sports during polo season to like, be ready. But after sports ended, I was like, bro, I need a motivation. And so I started the club, and that kind of just gave me the leadership to be like, man, I need to have good grades to show like freshmen and everybody like, this is a president that has good grades and that can maintain that.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's so nice that you have that community kind of back you and hold you accountable, because I know it's hard, especially going into second semester now, and you're like, okay, well, I already finished one. Like, what's the point? So that's really cool. I just leave it off
there, right?
No, because also I feel like most people, first semester, a lot of clubs happen because of homecoming, and it's also because like, oh, I want this to look good on my senior application.
Yeah, true.
But
I didn't think about that.
Well, I mean, but for you, it's obvious that you care about it, and it's obvious that you've dedicated time. And that also kind of leads me into my next question. How do you time manage? Like, I'm so bad at it, but how do you like avoid procrastinating and doing that stuff?
So I used to be so bad at procrastinating, like especially like sophomore year, dude. I could not finish homework. Like I would wait like weeks. Like it was bad.
Oh no, you're not alone in that though.
No, it was so bad. But no, I ended up using, like, I had this app on my phone, like Task. Okay. And I would, like, put down, like, today, like, I put down podcasts for Task. And, like, I started using my calendar more. And I'm an Avid, and they required me to use my calendar more. And she really pushed it for me to use the calendar because I have so much stuff going on. So when I started using that, I started, like, clearing my mind. And I learned, like, I started not to forget as many things because I had it on my calendar. And my time was getting managed.
Definitely. Yeah. And it seems like you're very self-motivated, but if you had to say, who do you think is someone that inspires you?
That's tough. I think I have a lot of people that have helped me on the way, especially with the Breakfast Club and everything, but I would say my dad. Yeah.
That's awesome. Did he help you throughout the process at all with?
Yeah. So during the summer, I told him about the idea, and he was like, "Yeah, it's cool." But I had a hard time, like, at the time, like, making it, I was like, man, how am I going to get people to join it? Because I didn't want it to be, like, we're like, okay, 10 people are in it, and then I don't have another meeting after that. Yeah. But he kind of gave me, like, more reasons why people should join. Like, my original reasons was just to get, like, people involved and to, like, get all different walks of life to know each other, and he kind of brought the whole breakfast part out of it, you know, like free breakfast and finding the sponsorships. And I think he kind of just helped me how to get fundraising and all that, all the money stuff.
100%. That's amazing. I'm so happy that you had like that guidance, because while you're also navigating leadership, you're getting his insights. So that's great. I mean, that's just awesome. We are in a school of 2,500 people. Like, we're definitely overpopulated, but it's great that you have that community and everything like that.
Yeah, and with that being like my first like leadership role, besides like being like a water polo captain, that was kind of like the first time running something for me. So that was, I had to learn. Like, every time, I think at the first meeting, people are, like, telling me, like, Magnus, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. And it was like that for, like, 5 meetings straight. And then our 6th meeting, I didn't have one person do that. So it kind of just showed that I got better at managing the club.
Definitely, because you kind of established, like, this is where I stand in a sense of, like, okay, I'm the one who has to make the final decision and things like that.
Right, yeah.
And especially, like, in sports, being a captain, you still have your coach.
Right.
So it's not like you're entirely by yourself. And were you a co-captain this year?
Yes, with Ben Dwelly.
Ben Dwelly, okay. Awesome. So then you guys had each other, too. And even though you have the officer team, you still have to navigate, okay, well, I'm president. And these people are here to support me, and I'm here to support them as well. But you just have to find, like, the circuit that everyone collaborates on, right? Yeah. That's great. Yeah. What piece of advice, would you give to students, freshmen, sophomore, juniors, anybody? What would you tell them in regards to pursuing their dreams, or just maintaining an academic, standing?
Yeah, being motivated. I think being in a sport definitely helps, and surrounding yourself around people that are motivated as well and cheer you on. I mean, you don't want to be like around people who are like, being negative around you. Have a positive influence on who you hang out with, and the whole schedule thing. Creating a calendar for yourself so you can better time manage. And from also doing that, I forgot to mention this, is it's created more like free space for me. So I've had more time to do like different stuff.
Definitely.
And I mean, that helps when you're like emailing colleges for like water polo and like the whole club thing and school.
Well, with you doing this, and establishing this leadership and stuff, what are you going to take to college with you? Like, how are you going to take this with you?
So my main thing was when I go to college to major in sports marketing or business.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, this is definitely going to help.
Yeah. So like managing and having that role, especially with the whole like money part with the Breakfast Club.
Yes.
That's definitely what I'm going to take over to college and having that experience. Yeah. So I think that will help for sure.
Great. Yeah. Well, I'm so happy you've been able to foster a Redwood community. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to share with the viewers?
I'd like to share a big shout out to all the officers of the Breakfast Club, Krele, Josiah, Ania, Ileana. All you guys are amazing. Miss Moran, Mrs. Romo, Mr. Miller, and thank you guys. You guys are the best. Best podcast at Redwood, for sure.
Thank you. Well, because you're on it. Thank you so much, Magnus. Until next time, bye guys.